present he is working in the Department of Commerce at Voorhees College, which is 121 years old, located. Principal and faculty members, we welcome you, sir. Thank you. And over to Dr. K. Kishore Garu.
Yeah, thank you very much. Very good morning to you all,
Sir Kishore,
participants.
sir. Yeah.
Yeah, participants from all over India. First of all, I would like to thank uh, the Department of Business Administration, QIS College of Engineering and Technology. I would like to thank the Chief Patron of the college, Kalyan Chakravarti, sir, Secretary and Correspondent. I would like to just thank the patrons, Sri N. Nageshwara Rao, and the General Chair, Dr. D. Venkata Rao, the Principal and Principal QS CET. And a special thanks to Dr. D. Ragaya, a Professor and HOD of Business Administration. And I would like to place my special thanks to Hanuma Reddy, the Assistant Professor, and also Chakravarti, because I'm really indebted because when I was there in ONGOLE for almost 14 days, Anma Reddy was taking care of me, my transport, everything. So it was a wonderful opportunity to be there at QAS because they have conducted a very nice program for 14 days in 2012, I suppose. Thank you very much. And I would like to thank QS for giving this wonderful opportunity to meet all the faculties all over India. So it is almost 171 in YouTube and in Facebook and as well here. And I was happy that the registration crossed 1,000 plus. And it is a wonderful opportunity for the participants as well. Now, I'll straight away go to my presentation. Okay. Yeah. So let me share my content. This plagiarism is the hot topic today in India. Just opening, just give me, yes. This plagiarism is actually the need of the hour for our faculties and the researchers in India. The main reason is the meaning itself is not clearly understood by the the research scholars and the supervisors as well. Today we'll be talking about this plagiarism and the consequences of plagiarism and what are the actual things happening at the background of this particular topic, plagiarism. Okay, and what is mean by authorship and what is copyright and what actually a citation means, and we will discuss some aspects of not fully but some aspects of APA and MLA format, and again after following that, paraphrasing, summarizing, quoting, and finally I will teach you the techniques of paraphrasing. Okay, so all these put together will guide
రెండు
you
సిస్టమ్ మీద రన్ అవుతుంది అది
in such a way that
నాది
you
లాగట్లా
can now write your research reports without plagiarizing. Okay, yeah, now we'll straight away go into the subject, to the session. I would have given you the handouts. Hope all the participants have taken printout and you're ready with us, because side by side we will be doing it. You can chat on YouTube and as well as the chat box. Okay, so you keep on posting your doubts. So as and when I give you some work, I'll simultaneously look into that and I will get back to your questions as well. Okay, so my session will go like this. So my lecture, and simultaneously you can post your doubts in your chat box in Facebook, YouTube, and as well as the team link. Okay, right. Now, what is plagiarism? Now, plagiarism is taking ideas or words from a source without giving credit. Okay, that's the main agenda, or the main area, or what we call it as, what is directly meaning, what we call it as directly plagiarism. Okay, but in other way, there are many things which we'll be discussing which is related to plagiarism in this particular session. Okay, so as of now, plagiarism is taking ideas or words from a source without giving credit. This everybody know. Okay, everybody, all researchers, all supervisors, everybody know that this is plagiarism. Okay, but now actually what it is, we'll be discussing in elaborately, and we'll be doing some work as well. Okay, fine. So it is seen as a kind of theft, and is considered to be an academic crime. Okay, so very clearly, very clearly, so plagiarism is seen as a kind of theft and is considered to be an academic crime. Okay, fine. So this is the main thing which we call it as plagiarism. Now, just give me 2 minutes. There's a streaming, I'd like to, in YouTube, need to share it. They have been,
What, sir?
yeah, 1 minute. In YouTube, my streaming has to,
Okay.
because
Okay.
only voice is coming there. Okay, yeah. Okay. Now, what is plagiarism according to Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary? Okay, yeah. According to Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary, it tells it to steal and pass off. Okay, to steal and pass off the ideas or words of another as one's own. Okay, so this is called plagiarism according to Merriam-Webster. And to use without crediting the source, actually. Okay, so we do, okay, we copy, but the problem here is we are not copying or we are not paraphrasing it properly. Okay, so without giving credit, we do some work. So that is second part, and which we call it as a commit. I mean, it is a literary theft, as of we are committed to do that. Okay, and the next one is present as new and original. So what we do, researchers and supervisors, we collect it and we pretend and we put it that it is our own idea and our own materials. Okay, so that's the another problem with us. Okay, so based on this, we can have a very clear definition that plagiarism is to use someone else's idea presented as your own without proper citation. Okay, so this is actual part of plagiarism. Now there are different types of other plagiarism. Okay, what we call it as, this also becomes as a plagiarized one. So one is excessive repetition of your words. Okay, excessive repetition of your words. So that becomes plagiarism as well. The second one is when we are not properly citing it, again it becomes plagiarism. Okay, again it becomes plagiarism. And the third one is improper idea borrowing. Improper idea borrowing. Okay, so from your friend we may be borrowing. Okay, some literatures we will be borrowing. The problem is that we call it as improper idea borrowing. And the next one is fraud. And the next one is fraud. And the next one is forgery. Okay, we will be talking and we will be discussing this very elaborately in the time to come. Okay, so let me give you some examples of plagiarism in India. Okay, and how it has affected our country as well. The first thing is Kala. Okay, Kala gets embroiled in plagiarism controversy. You know, there's a Tamil movie called Kala, where Rajinikanth was acted and which was directed by a director. Okay, the problem here is it went into plagiarism controversy. You know how? Consider K. Rajashekharan, okay, an assistant, that particular institute name is totally damaged. Okay, say for example, if it is my institute or QIS or your institute. So everybody or that particular institute reputation will go, okay, including your name. So that is the main consequences of plagiarism. And the second one is legal issues. Okay, say I gave an example of Kala, and that is a thing where the producer end up paying penalties and facing the violation of copyright issues. Okay, so all these are the consequences of plagiarism. And the third one is monetary loss. Okay, as we explained to you, the financial burden of producers as well. So that I gave you an example for a movie, and this is similar in case when you do it in our academic as well. Okay, so when you copy, and we need to end up paying monetary, I mean financial loss as well by ending up to pay to the actual owner of the particular point. Okay, or particular article as well, right? And you failed in course if you are going to plagiarize your MBA project or MPhil research or PhD research, and actually you will be failing in your course, right? So these are the actual consequences which will be faced. Okay, now let us get back to our hands-on session, right? My dear participants, you know that you might have received a handout. You might have received a handout. Okay, you can check now. You can check now simultaneously. There are some scenarios which I have shared with you. We will discuss that now. Okay, now the first thing here is now scenario one. You take out the handouts. Okay, kindly take your handouts. Take your handouts. Now this is the first one. Now I like to see your yeah. I like to see your chat as well. I need you to be active now. So simultaneously, I'll be seeing your chat as well. Okay, the first one is we'll be discussing, okay, we will be discussing about this particular part. So Jeff uses ideas and phrases from a very old book, one that no longer has any copyright in his essay. He doesn't cite the information because the book isn't legally protected by copyright. Is this plagiarism or copyright violation? I request now your participant to give me answer for this. Just put it in your chat box. Put it in your chat box. Not plagiarism. Nitish, no plagiarism. Okay. Okay. Others. Others. Okay. Others. Not at all. Ramesh, Safar, not at all. Yes. No plagiarism. It's copyright violation. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Some others. Yes. So Jeff uses ideas and phrases from a very old, okay, very old book, one that no longer has copyright violation. Fine. Copyright violation. Okay. Macro. Plagiarism, Pradeep plagiarism, Abhijit Mohanty, yes sir, plagiarism, Pradeep, yes sir, Amina, plagiarism. Okay, now let me explain. So Jeff uses ideas and phrases from a very old book, and I will also take the other question as well, just answer. Marco decides that his sister's blog has some good information on it, so he borrows some for use in his own blog. He doesn't bother to cite is this plagiarism or copyright violation. The second one as well, okay? First one, Mohammed Farisha, Wales in Chennai. Good morning. Yeah, but just answer me. Marco decides that his sister's blog. Okay, fine. So let me explain this first one. Chef uses ideas and phrases from a very old book, one that no longer has any copyright in his essay, right? He doesn't cite the information because the book isn't legally protected by copyright. Is this plagiarism or copyright? Now the problem here, it is plagiarism and as well as copyright violation. Okay, the first part. Jeff uses ideas and phrases from a very old book. Even Jeff is using any idea or any phrase from a very old book, it will become plagiarized one if he is not going to give a credit for that particular source. So it is plagiarism. First one is plagiarism. And again, on the same particular heading, legally it is not protected by copy because the book isn't legally protected by copyright. Is this a plagiarism or copyright? Again, since it is not protected by copyright, as far as now, it is not a copyright violation, but it is your ethics that you need to show that it is show the citation for that particular one. So it is actually plagiarism, and it doesn't come under copyright violation because it is not protected by copyright. So that's the first one, Jeff uses. And the second one is that Marco decide that his sister's blog, okay, is Marco's own sister, has some good information on it. So he borrows some for use in his own blog. He doesn't bother to cite her. Is this plagiarism or copyright violation? Again, it is a blog. It is, which means it is an open source. It is an open source. Okay, it doesn't come under copyright violation. But since Marco is going to use or using sister's blog, it is the responsibility of Marco to give acknowledgement for it. Okay, so it will become plagiarized. Okay, so it will become plagiarism, and it is not copyright violation, right? So this is first one. Now, coming back to the second scenario, yeah, Daniel writes an essay that she worked very hard on and sends it off to an academic journal after she finishes it. Okay, so my dear participant, just look at very clearly. Daniel writes an essay, that she worked very hard on and sends it off to an academic journal after she finishes it. The journal sends her comments on the essay, including one that claims a research has already been done. Okay, see here, every researcher or every participant would have undergone this particular situation. Okay, right, including one that claims her research has already been done and that she can't publish her work because another person already has. If she does publish it, would it fall under plagiarism or copyright violation? Okay, yeah, can you answer this particular question? Scenario 2, my dear participants, I want to look at answers. Only plagiarism? Yes. Nitish Chandrakar, only plagiarism. Okay. Okay, only plagiarism. Others? The second one. Okay, for this one. So Daniel writes. Okay, so only plagiarism. Only plagiarism. Yes, Ramesh, only plagiarism. Yes, comes under plagiarism. Arulmozhi plagiarism, 1 plus plagiarism. And put it on side share mode to see the full screen. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll share. Sir, lecturer, Kanchana plagiarism. Okay, plagiarism. Yeah, I need very active participant care of plagiarism. Okay, only plagiarism. Delphin plagiarism. Okay. Nitish Chandrakar, I think voice is not audible. I think my voice is very clear here. Kindly, dear participants, kindly increase your system volume. Okay. Dear participants, kindly increase your system volume because sometimes it will create an issue with your audio. So, Pradeep, plagiarism. Raju, it's plagiarism. So your voice is not coming. My voice is clear here. I am following with another device as well.
Sir Kishore sir.
Yes, sir.
Kishore sir.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Sir.
Yeah, can you? Hello. 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 Hello, can you hear me, sir? Hello, can you hear me, sir? Hello, can you hear me, sir? Hello?
Yeah, okay, sir. Now it is audible. Now it is audible.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, so this is the second scenario. Now you can see Daniel writes an essay that she worked very hard on and sends it off to an academic journal. After she finishes it, the journal sends her comments on the essay, including one that claims her research has already been done and that she can't publish her work because another person already has. If she does publish it, would it fall under plagiarism or copyright violation? Yes, it is plagiarism. Here the problem is Daniel has not done Daniel work properly, homework properly. That means she has not undergone the literature work properly, the literature survey properly, right? So what has happened here is because of our we can also tell you like okay, less commitment in our literature survey. The problem is okay. The problem is Daniel has not committed herself to do her work properly. That's ending up in plagiarized one. Okay, so it is very clear that the journal sends her comments on the essay, implying that the research has already been done. Okay, the problem is with the researcher. She has not done the literature work properly and ended up in plagiarism. If she publishes it, okay, even then if she publishes it, Daniel publishes it, automatically it will become plagiarism and copyright violation as well. Okay, because it is already published, it will come under plagiarism, and the publisher of that particular journal will take her to copyright violation as well. Okay, so these are the two aspects which is in this particular scenario. Now the third scenario, Christina is in R&B. R&B group is an event management group, okay, that often samples other artists in their work. Okay, other artists in their work. They make a demo CD for a record company and sell copies at their concerts. Okay, sell copies at their concerts and on their website as well. That CD includes songs with pieces of other artist material, but only small samples. Okay, so they are using the samples of other artists, but they at a small level. Okay, they credit the other artist in their liner notes. Okay, so they credit the artist as a liner note. Is this plagiarism or copyright violation? Okay, yeah, participants, I request you to answer this. Third one. So only copyright violation. Nitish Chandar, Deepti plagiarism is copyright violation. Om Prakash copyright, and Ishik different softwares available. Good morning to all. Okay, uh, right. Copyright violation. Okay, right. Only copyright violation. Copyright violation. Fine. Now let me answer this. See, Christina is an R&B group that often samples other artists in their work, right? They make a demo CD for a record company and sell copies at their concerts and on their website. See here, they make a demo CD for a record company and sell copies at their concerts and on their website. That CD includes songs with pieces of other artist material, but only small samples. They credit the other artist in their liner notes. Is this plagiarism or copyright? This is 100% plagiarism and copyright violation. Both. Okay. Why is this plagiarism? They are using other persons. Okay, other persons. Even though if it is small sample or a bigger one, it comes under plagiarism. And the main point here is it is copyright violation. Okay, copyright violation. Yeah. See nowadays you can see in olden days all over India, there was a culture when there that many orchestras They used to organize many orchestras like that, right? Now in India, now these kind of orchestras are getting reduced. One is because of the I mean, what we call it as the audience are moving out to other kind of events or other kind of leisure, and another one is these are organizing committees or the organizing orchestras directors are being sued. Okay, why? Because of this particular violation. Okay, so that's the main issue which we are facing. Okay, and so it is actually main part is copyright violation. Never use any songs as well because it becomes a plagiarized one. Even if we use a single sentence, then it is a problem, right? Now, the fourth scenario, Grisel is writing an essay and decides that she needs some sources. Okay, see here, Grisel is writing an essay and decides that she needs some sources that she can't find. Okay, that she can't find. Because no one will get hurt if she makes up some sources and their content. She does so and use those fictional sources in her essay. Is this plagiarism or copyright? I am very clear. This is fictional source. Okay. Now I say, is this plagiarism or copyright violation? I need participants to answer. Ranjita, plagiarism. Ramesh, plagiarism. Pradeep, plagiarism. None. Plagiarism, fictional sources. Okay. Okay. Yeah, in YouTube, it's almost 120 now in YouTube. And yes, then yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, the fictional sources in essay. Okay, now let me go get back to this. See, uh, Kissel is writing an essay and decides that she needs some sources that she can't find. Okay, because no one will get hurt if she makes up some sources and their content. She does so and uses those fictional sources. Say, for example, that stories which we hear when we were very young, like Arabian Nights, Ali Baba and 40 Thieves. Okay, so these are all. Let me take those examples. Okay, those examples. So let us assume that these sources, okay, these stories are these ideas, like these 40 thieves will be going to near a cave, and they will be telling some mantra. The cave will open. The cave will open, and then the 40 thieves will enter, and then they will tell mantra. It will close. Okay, so it's a fictional story, a fictional source, like a fictional idea. Okay, but now you can see, now that particular fictional source can be now maybe taken it like when you go into a ATM center. Okay, so you use a password. Okay, when you use a password to enter in and to come out. Okay, so these are all the similar ideas. So these are all similar ideas. Okay, so with that particular idea, look at this particular scenario 4, right? So Giselle is writing an essay and decide that she needs some sources, okay, that she can't find, because no one will get hurt if she makes up some sources and the content. She does so and uses those fictional sources. Okay, so now these kind of ideas, which is from fictional sources, fairy tales, okay, like James Bond movies, right? So all these are problems. Okay, all these are issues. So when we take that, okay, when we take that, and if you're going to use it in our research, it is really that it is better to give source for it. Okay, it is cited. Okay, it is better to cite it, that I received this particular idea from that particular story. So that will lead the future researchers. Okay, that will lead the future researchers to read that particular story to get more ideas. Okay, so for this particular save here, there is no plagiarism involved, or there is no copyright violation. Okay, see very clearly, I am telling you here, there is no plagiarism involved and there is no copyright violation as well, because it is a fictional source, fictional stories. Okay, but it will become plagiarism if there is any registered document for this particular source. Okay, for this particular sources. Okay, so for that, on a safer side. To be on safer side, it is better that to give a citation for that particular fictional source which you are going to use. Okay, so that is very important when you are writing writing or acknowledging this particular source. Right now, the next one. Now scenario 5. See, these are all we experience where I have made it. Okay, like in Bangalore, Banna Shankari police arrested 3 software engineers. Okay, for illegally copying software from a company. Okay, from a company. So this is entirely plagiarism and as well as copyright, right? So copyright directly it becomes a copyright because they have used this particular software because that codes. Okay, that codes. Okay, they have copied and they have used it, right? So 100% it becomes copyright violation, and whoever copied will end up in paying a different problem. Or they will be end up in paying penalties. Okay, so this is a source, and you can see DH News Service Bangalore 2003. Okay, so this is already done. So I don't want to explain more upon this particular issue. Now, scenario 6. After a manuscript was accepted, so we all face this today. Okay, we all face this. Now let me talk about authorship. Okay, authorship and copyright. After a manuscript, imagine that you are sending a paper to a journal, and it is accepted. An author passed away before they could complete that particular conflict of interest statement. As a faculty, as a research faculty, as a researcher, as a supervisor, you should be knowing these particular terms, right? Like conflict of interest, okay, conflict of interest, and the documents needed when you're going to write an article. Okay, right now you just look at this particular scenario, right? A manuscript was accepted, an author passed away. Okay, imagine that there are three authors, one author died. Let me put it very straightly. Okay, so one author died. There are two authors left away before they could complete the conflict of interest statement. Okay, so the conflict of interest is between these three authors. Okay, between A, let us assume that A author, B author, C author. Okay, so all these three authors. Now they before signing that conflict of interest, that particular author died, right? And the copyright transfer document. These are all needed when you're publishing your article as well. Okay. Now the publishing company requires that all authors complete these documents prior to publishing. Okay, prior to publishing. The other authors do not want to remove the deceased author from the manuscript. Okay, my dear participant, see it very clearly. Okay, note it very clearly. The authors do not want to remove the deceased author from the manuscript. Okay, yeah, from the manuscript in future. In future, will this issue become plagiarism, or it will be an issue for authorship, or an issue for copyright? So there are three authors. One author is passed away. One author is passed away, and there are other authors. There are other authors, and they need to look at this particular issue. Now, I'll leave it to participant. Just tell me whether it is plagiarism, authorship, or copyright. Authorship, Prabha, authorship, yes, plagiarism, authorship, Krishna Deepa, Ramesh, software, yes, plagiarism, uh, institute, and authorship, Akash Pratap, Prabhu, authorship, Ranjit, authorship, Amen, cotton, authorship, okay, both authorship and copyright, okay, okay, right, next, Tapas Kumar, both sir, both sir, okay, authorship, Satyendra Kumar, authorship, authorship.
Sir Kishore sir, are you sharing any screen, sir?
Uh, yes, sir. See that? No, no. I'm looking at the chat. Now.
Okay, because in team link,
No.
in team link we are not getting any. I mean, only we are looking at you, but no PPT or
Yeah.
anything is not shared to us.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so can you see the screen, sir? Hello. 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 Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello. 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 Sir, can you hear me, sir? Sir, can you hear
Hello.
me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you see my screen, sir?
You are on the screen, sir. PPT or else.
Yeah, you can see my screen.
Because I don't know, because in case if you share anything, it is not visible to the participants in the Facebook. You are sharing something.
No, actually it is shared. My entire screen is shared in Team Link. Now check my
Coming
participant
in the
just
team link.
regret. Let me check with this side. It is clear, sir. It is clear here. Stop sharing. I am.
People are saying
Yeah, 1 minute.
no PPT is displayed.
Yeah, I'm just sharing now. Let me repeat it again. I mean, repeat the sharing.
Right, uh, right, sir. Right.
Okay. Can you? Sir, do you have any button there? Now it is sharing, sir. Actually, now for me it is telling it is shared. The screen is shared in Team Link. Sir, actually, who is the host now? Who is the host now? So who is the host now?
I think
Now it is sharing. Just check it. I think the host has not allowed me to share actually.
yeah, yes, sir. Now it's
Yeah,
visible
actually,
to.
yeah, now only it is visible. Yeah, I think who is the host actually? They have not shared my screen now. Now it is sharing, right?
iPhone. this one?
Yeah. Now it is sharing. Only now you have shared my screen. Actually, host has now shared my screen. Actually, already I have shared from my side. Can you see now?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah. Issue here is the authorship. Okay, the authorship. Say, for example, you three, A, B, C are authors. A, B, C are authors who have done a research and they have sent a manuscript. Okay, so A died. Now B and C publishes it. Okay, B and C publishes it without putting, without adding the author's name. Okay, without adding the author who has been deceased. Okay, who died. So now imagine that particular paper receives a Nobel Prize. Okay, imagine that this particular paper receives a Nobel Prize. Then the problem will arise. Okay, then become the problem starts coming. Okay, so the problem here is, uh, sir, you have muted me. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, there. So now imagine that that particular paper receives a Nobel Prize, then there will be a problem. Then there will be a problem. The problem between the B and C and A author. Okay, so the A authors followers may come and sue you. Okay, they come and sue you. So here it is very clear that it is a problem with authorship. It is a problem with authorship. So my dear participant, you need to be very clear when you are going to write your research papers. Okay? When you are going to write your research papers, and when you send it, again you need to be very careful. You need to be very careful that you have to you have to put manuscript. Okay, so this is scenario 6. Now let me take to scenario 7. Okay, scenario 7. Scenario 7. Yeah, scenario 7. I edited, revised only 50% of my colleagues. In stop sharing. Okay. So scenario, I edited, revised only 50% of my colleague's paper from a different field of specialization. He, being the principal author, agreed to tag my name in as a co-author of the paper since he believes that I contributed to the paper. What's the rule of the authorship in this particular case? Will this be plagiarism, authorship, or IPR? So let me make it very fast. Let me make it very fast. There is a question. There is a question. Let me take that question as well. One minute. Uh, Sir, I have one question. How to avoid plagiarism in this project? Yeah, I'll be addressing that all at the final this particular session. Now, this particular issue is: will this be plagiarism or authorship or IPR, or intellectual property right? Okay, so I edited, revised only 50% of my colleague's paper from a different field of study. He is being the principal author, agreed to tag my name. So imagine in future case, if as a similar, I told you, like other one, okay, like the other one. So if that particular is receiving some awards, then you will end up with suing suing each other. So it is better always to give credit to the particular author or particular authorship. Okay. See, in the conflict of interest. Okay, when you're going to sign that conflict of interest, you need to be very clear that which author played what kind of roles. Okay, so what kind of roles has been played by each and every authors. Okay, like for example, one author might have collected resources, one author might have went into the field, okay, went into the field to collect sources, okay, to collect sources, and one author might have done the analysis part. Now the exact part of those particular authors should be mentioned in that conflict of interest. So this particular scenario is clearly an authorship issue. Okay, so you need to avoid it. Okay, you need to avoid. So the next one, I have published a paper in conference proceedings and already transferred my copyright to the publisher. So I just want to explain. Hear me, sir? Sir Raghav sir, can you hear me? Sir Raghav sir, can you hear me? Sir Raghav sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now
Yeah.
I'm able to hear you.
Yeah, and the screen, sir?
Yes, sir. Screen also.
Yes, sir. Screen is also available. Scenario 8, group work.
Yes, sir. Yes. So
Right, right.
I can still see. I was told that I can still resubmit the same paper to a journal outlet since authorship retains with the author. Furthermore, conference proceedings paper is not a journal publication, and therefore I can still transform the paper as a journal paper. Can I do that with or without modification in the paper? Okay. See, this is the problem today. This is the problem today. So there are many, worthless publishers or worthless journals where they put us in trouble, put the actual research works in trouble. Okay, see, there might be a very quality due to the problem of that particular committee. Hanuman Reddy.
Sir, tell me, sir.
Hanuman Reddy. The when I share I think the host, the host is not allowing me to share it. That's the problem which is happening
Okay.
here.
I will share. I will arrange. You are the host, sir.
Yeah,
Which
you.
K. Kishore?
Yeah. No,
K.
no, no,
Kishore?
no. El Shaddai. El Shaddai. El Shaddai.
El Shaddai. Okay,
Yeah.
El Shaddai. I make him, make you, make
Yeah.
host.
Yeah. You do that.
Okay, sir. Right now, you are host.
Yeah, you made me host now. Okay, fine. And you won't be having that control, no, for this one.
Right now, I am not having any control, sir.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Kishore, sir.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because the problem is.
I think you.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me.
I think from YouTube as well as from this team link, you are disconnected for some time. I think so.
Is it so? No.
There is some technical problem, I think. So.
Technical.
Right, sir. Carry on, sir. Carry on.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. One moment. Just hold on, sir. Microphone has been turned off. Hanumaredi. Hanumaredi.
Hanumaredi, sir.
Sir.
No, you be the host because I'll be having a trouble when a participant is speaking. Okay, and you make sure that you allow me to present. That is the only thing which we can do, right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You just be the host and you just allow me to present. That's it.
Right, right.
Right now, you are the host, sir.
Sir Kishore, sir, you just make Hanumaredi as host, sir.
Yeah.
You make it Hanumaredi as host.
Participant, just kindly regret.
On Hanumaredi, if you right side, you have three dots and
yes, I made it.
Right now, sir. Okay.
Yeah, Hanuma, I made you host. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm just clicking the share screen. Yeah, allow me now. Yes. Yes.
It's okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Again, it does. So, can you see my screen now? Hanumaredi, can you see my screen now? Participant, just wait. Just wait. It's a technical issue here. Hanumaredi. 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 Hanumaredi, can you hear me? Hanumaredi, can you hear me? Hello? Hanumaredi, can you hear me? Yeah. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Can you hear me, Hanumaredi?
Kishore, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Can you hear me now?
Kishore, sir.
Hello, yes, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you, joke, sir, can you hear me, sir? Can you hear
Yeah.
me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You are sharing my screen. Yeah, it is now correct, sir. Okay, now I think it is allowed.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right, sir. Scenario 8 group work.
Yeah, participants are really, we extremely sorry. There was a technical error here. Kindly regret. Okay. Yeah. So now this particular mistake we do, right? I have published a paper in conference proceeding and already transferred my copyright to the publisher, right? A conference. Now the problem here is when we, when we publish it, I can still transform the paper as a journal paper. Can I do that with or without modifying the paper, right? No, you are not supposed to do that. When you are not supposed to do that, as I told you, there are some conference which are being held all over India for money sake, So we are in trouble actually. We are in trouble. The researchers are in trouble. Okay, the researchers are in trouble. So what they do in order to submit for the PhD work for the requirement sake, they hurriedly they do it, and then they lose the actual quality journal to publish. Okay, so they end up in publishing in a journal or conference proceeding where that particular the quality of the paper is not taken worldwide. That particular paper is not taken worldwide. So that is the issue, right? So these are some issues which we face. Now let me go to that ninth one. Ninth one is again a single author submitted. So let me take it to the so based on this particular points. Okay, now we can define the term actually what is plagiarism, right? So a common knowledge, okay, of a particular point, of a particular source, of a particular idea that we should be knowing, and we should also be knowing what do you mean by originality. Okay, what is meant by originality? And the second one is what is own work? What is own work? And the third one is what is authorship and what is the meaning of borrowing. Okay, so all these are actual points what we need to discuss. Okay, so one is common knowledge, and another one is originality, other one is one work, another one is author, and another one is borrowing. So all these have to be defined properly by a researcher or a particular supervisor, right? So that is the ultimate idea of this particular session. Okay, now let me take you to quiz fastly, okay, as quick as possible, because based on this we'll be going to share many more things. So I will make it very fast because of this technical error. We have ended up we have lost some 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, now let me ask you some questions. A student uses a manuscript, okay, uses an internet, article in researching her paper. She finds several of the ideas in the article useful and develops them in her own paper. She does not quote from the text, she does not cite it in her paper, but she does put the reference in the bibliography. Is this plagiarism or not plagiarism? Okay, everybody do this. Okay, everybody do this. Okay, all researchers do this. Okay, now my question is this plagiarism or not plagiarism? Okay, is this plagiarism or not a plagiarism? Okay, uh, plagiarism, yes, Akshanda, yes, plagiarism, yes, plagiarism, yes, plagiarism, yes. Okay, so yeah, very good. That's right, that's right. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, very good. Very good. Yes, plagiarism. Yes, plagiarism. See, yes, student uses an internet article in researching a paper. She finds several of the ideas in the article useful and develops them in her own paper. She does not quote from the text. Okay, she does not cite it in her paper, but does put in a reference. Our students like MPhil scholar, MBA in projects and all, they cut copy, and and finally they will tell, sir, I have put it at the end. Okay, I have given bibliography. it is entirely plagiarized one. Okay, so the answer is it is plagiarism. Okay, so reason is, although the student was correct to cite, okay, although the student was correct to cite the article in the bibliography, that is not enough. Okay, that is not enough. So this is 100% plagiarism. Okay, now second one. So in researching a paper on Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishna, okay, a student discovers that Radhakrishna was born in Tirthani on 5th September 1888. She didn't know this particular fact. However, every article she reads on the Radhakrishna report the same fact. She does not acknowledge the source of this information with a citation. Now, participants, tell me whether this comes under plagiarism or not. Question 2. Question 2. Plagiarism. 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 Kanchana plagiarism. Pradeep plagiarism. Delphine plagiarism. Akshit plagiarism. Okay, Ranjita plagiarism, not plagiarism. Rishi Raj Chaudhary, not plagiarism. Very good, plagiarism. Rao, very good plagiarism. Plagiarism, not plagiarism. Irishad Hussain, not plagiarism. Okay, fine. In YouTube, yeah, it is almost 200 there in YouTube. Plagiarism, no plagiarism. Nitish Chindrakar. Okay, because it's gender. Yes, very good. So here you can see this particular information. So we are proud that is our alumni. Sarva Vallapalli Radhakrishna is our alumni. Okay, from our college. Okay, right. Now this Sarvapalli Radhakrishna, about this particular, it is a knowledge. It is a general knowledge. Okay, it is a common knowledge. Okay, it is a common knowledge. This won't be a plagiarism when you see it in Indian concept. Okay, in a concept where India looks. Okay, because every Indian knows about Sarvapalli Radhakrishna. Okay, Radhakrishna, that he is born in 1888, or some source you will get because Teachers' Day we celebrate in his name. Okay, so it is a common knowledge in India. It is a common knowledge in India. So it won't be a plagiarism. No, so it won't be a plagiarism. Okay, yes, Sandeep, Tamil Technical Mind, Sangeeta, Mano, yes, I am looking at YouTube as well. Yeah, okay, fine. It's a common, yeah, it's a common information. Yeah, Om Prakash, you are right. Om Prakash, you are right. Sainath, but yeah, no, not a plagiarism. Yes, okay, yeah, because it is a. But imagine a person who is in Japan, a researcher who is in Japan, China, or Peru, or interior Brazil, like that. So they won't be knowing about Sarvapalli Radhakrishna. Okay, and so in India it is a common knowledge. In India it is a common knowledge, but it is not so in other countries. Okay, maybe like like deeper countries like Brazil and all. Okay, now what might be how to face this particular issue? How to face this particular issue? So it is very simple that when you are going to publish your paper with this particular source, make it clear whether the readers are globally placed or they are placed only in India. Or only in India. If it is only in India, then automatically it won't have any impact. Okay, it won't be any because it's a common knowledge. So when your paper is going to reach a global audience, then you need to put a source for it. Okay, you need to put a source for it. Amar Preeti, anyone please send registration link? Okay. Okay, so this is not plagiarism as of India is concerned, but in global wise, it is not a plagiarism, but it is better that you need to give a information. You need to give a source. Now, like question 3, you are taking a class. No, almost everybody are faculties here. I think everybody are faculties here, right? So you are taking a class that your friend has already taken. She lets you read a paper in order to get some good ideas, okay, and tells you to use any parts of paper you find useful. Okay, so you are taking a class that a friend has already taken. Imagine that it's a seminar, maybe with a student, okay, or maybe yourself. Okay, Now you incorporate some of the paragraphs into your paper. Say your colleague, okay, Hanuma Reddy is one person and myself another colleague. So I am allowing Hanuma Reddy to take my notes and to my preparation and asking him to take a lesson, asking him to take a lesson. Now, whether this will become a plagiarized one if I use Hanuma Reddy's, research paper or class notes, okay, what it will be. Okay, the participants give you answer. Citation issue, okay, Pradeep, citation issue. Next in YouTube, other participant, just put it in chat box whether this is a plagiarism or not a plagiarism. You are taking a class that a friend has already taken, not a plagiarism. Yes, plagiarism. Okay, fine. You incorporate now. So now I'll tell you, you are taking a class, not a plagiarism, Pranjita. Okay, fine. So you are taking a class that a friend has already taken. She lets you read her paper in order to get some ideas and tells you to use any parts of the paper you find it usable. Now, if there is any issue, now assume that you are taking your friend's class, okay, your friend's notes or your friend's research paper in your class. It is your responsibility to cite her. It is your responsibility to cite her. If you're not citing her, then you will end up in a problem. You will end up in a problem in case, if at all, that particular concept or if that particular issue makes some sense outside. Okay, like for example, like what's happening in America. Okay, what's happening in America, right? There are some riots happening. Okay, there are fights happening. So if any case, if something happens, then you will be under trouble. So you will be under trouble. So this is 100% plagiarism because you are using your friend's material. Okay, the next one. Your friend offers to let you read his paper in order to get some ideas, okay, and tells you to use in any parts of the paper find useful. You incorporate one of his paragraph into your paper. See, this is your publication paper where you're going to do it, okay? And you're careful to include all the citations from his paper in your footnotes, and that the reader will be able to find. See here how we are going to do it. The participant clearly listen to this particular point. Okay, clearly listen. You incorporate, assume that you are using your friend's paper. Okay, ideas. You incorporate one. You incorporate one of his paragraphs into your paper, and you are careful to include all of the citations from his paper. So whatever he is cited, whatever he or she is cited, you are going to use it in your footnotes, so that the reader will be able to find the original source of the information. Okay, so you are using the friend's paragraph, okay, and you are using all the citations, in footnotes. Okay, in footnotes, whether this is plagiarism or not a plagiarism. No plagiarism, not a plagiarism. Ravi, Irshad, not a plagiarism. Delphin, plagiarism. Others in YouTube, plagiarism. Yes, plagiarism. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Let me explain. Let me explain. Okay. Let me explain. Okay. Let me explain. Okay. What it is. Okay. 28. Now this is a little bit trickier, but it is actually a plagiarized one. It is an authorized plagiarized one. See, we'll be seeing in a later session how to write the paragraph. Okay, how to write a paragraph. So if you are not citing it in the paragraph itself, okay, if you are not citing it in the paragraph itself, then that is 100% plagiarism, even though if you are mentioning it in footnotes. Okay, we will be seeing it in a later session. We'll be doing that. Okay, now we'll go to the next question. So it is plagiarism. A student finds a picture on the web, okay, that perfectly illustrates a point she wants to make in a paper. Okay, so a picture is there in the web, so you want to use it. She downloads the picture but does not use the website analysis. In addition, she writes her own caption for the picture. So downloading it from the internet, a picture, and she's going to use it in a research purpose. Okay. Now, whether this will become a plagiarized one or not a plagiarized one, she, since the analysis and the caption on her own, she does not include a citation for the picture. Okay, so this is the problem. Okay, not using citation for that particular picture. Now, this is plagiarism or not plagiarism. It's a copyright issue. H. Hussain is telling it's a copyright issue. Delphin plagiarism, plagiarism, yeah, plagiarism, Girija Shri plagiarism. Yes, yes. Actually, it depends upon that particular picture. Okay, what the picture is actually. Okay, what the picture is actually. Krishdip, not a plagiarized one. Yeah, of course. See, it depends. Okay, it depends. Okay, how it depends? Imagine it is a picture of a Mona Lisa. Okay, but it's a picture of a Mona Lisa. So, like we discussed, no, like Radha Krishna. Okay, Radha Krishna. It is a common knowledge. So, a picture of a Mona Lisa is also a common knowledge. That's all common knowledge, right? So, if that particular picture, if you are going to use, everybody know that it is not yours. It is not yours. Okay, it is not yours. But imagine that you are going to do some work on Mona Lisa, do some work on Mona Lisa, like Mona Lisa crying, because the Mona Lisa, we see Mona Lisa as a smiling face. Okay, imagine, say, if you are putting it as a crying, then any consequences because of that image, then you will be in trouble. Okay, so if it is a picture which is of common knowledge, then it is not treated as plagiarism. If you are altering that particular picture to some other point of view, then it is a plagiarized one. Again, as Ishit was telling, it will also make a copyright issue. Okay, so you need to understand that particular point. Now, the next one is a student. So I'm giving only the ideas of plagiarism and plagiarism, the consequence of it, and we'll be in the later section we'll be seeing how to write it without plagiarizing. Okay, without plagiarizing. Yes, Masudir, it is a copyright issue. Actually, it is plagiarism, Mashud. Now, a student uses a data set. This is a wonderful example where we come across. Okay, we come across. A student uses a data set collected by his professor. Again, his analysis of economic trends. Since he develops his own analysis and since his professor has not published the data, okay, the professor has not published the data, does not include a citation for that particular data set. Okay, so imagine that you are the supervisor, your student is going to use your data set and he is going to publish it. Okay, now my question is whether this is plagiarism or not a plagiarism. Yeah, this will be very interesting to discuss. Jagadish Kumar, not plagiarism, not plagiarism. Why a student? Question 6. Question 6. A student uses a data set collected by his professor in his analysis of economic trends. Since he develops his own analysis and since his professor has not published the data, he does not include a citation for a data set. Plagiarism, not plagiarism, copyright issue, right? See, it's like a teacher-student relationship, student-teacher. Okay, fine. Yeah, plagiarism, plagiarism. Now, yeah, you have the participants. You have now very well understood the concept of plagiarism. Now, it is plagiarism, but my question here is now, what will be the consequence? Imagine again, I will take you to the same example of Nobel Prize. Okay, Nobel Prize. Imagine that that particular data set, because of that data set, your student is receiving an award or a reward. Say for example, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs reward because of that particular research paper. Then as a professor, as the original owner of that data set, you will be guilty and you may go and sue him in future. Okay. So if that is the case, I told you know there is a concept, like there's a concept in research, the conflict of interest and the authorship. Okay, the authorship. So you have to go for an undertaking. You have to go for an undertaking that the professor has contributed the data, the student has analyzed it, and he has published it. Okay. So if it is so, if that agreement is so, then that is not a plagiarism. Okay. Then it is not plagiarism. If simply the student publishes, then that is a plagiarism. If simply the student uses it, then that will become plagiarism. Okay. Fine. So that is sixth question. Sixth question. Now, question 7. Now, you find an interesting analysis of Khan's categorical imperative in a book on 18th century philosophers. You do not quote directly from the text, but you mention the author of the book as a source for this idea and include a citation at the end of the paragraph. Okay, see, so all these things is most familiar, we have discussed. So I'll just skip. So this is not plagiarism because when you are using it appropriately. Okay, so question 7 is not plagiarized one. Question 8. Similarly, a student finds some information on a website that is not under copyright. She downloads, and uses several of the paragraph because they are in public domain. Okay, but doesn't cite them. So here there is this one is little bit tricky. This is a little bit tricky. So I need to give you some explanation for this. Okay, see here, a student finds some interesting information on a website. Okay, that is not under copyright. She downloads several paragraphs and incorporates them into her paper, but doesn't cite them. Okay, here the problem is that doesn't cite them because they are in public domain. So if it is in a public domain, okay, if it is in a imagine that it is a free source. Okay, open educational free sources. Okay, it is there, and you are using it. Okay, and you are now the problem is whether this will become a plagiarism or not. Okay, question. So I think you will be very clear with it. So this is plagiarism because you are using it from other source, but if you are not citing, clearly it is plagiarism. Yeah, very good, very good. It's a plagiarism. The my answer is it is plagiarism, but I want my duty is to tell me why it is plagiarism. Right now, whatever say for example Google, Okay, so in Google there will be more informations, there will be lot of information, but the problem here is whether those information are authentic or not authentic. Okay, authentic or non-authentic. So whatever you are going to use it from public source. Okay, so I am putting it very clearly. So whatever information, if you are going to use it for your research or for your class from your public domain, make it very clear that you 100% cite it. Okay, if you 100% cite it. Okay, why? Now the question is why. If there is any wrong information in the public domain, okay, if there is anything wrong about that particular data from the source which you have received it, then it is 100% problem that you will end up in facing a lot of issues. Okay, a lot of issues. Okay, so I will make it very clear that whatever you use it from free source, okay, or a paid source or whatever it might be, make it clear that you cite it. Okay, make it clear that you cite it, or that you will end up in troubles apart from more than plagiarism issue. Okay, fine. That's a good one. Yes, Pradeep, that's right. Yeah, plagiarism. Yes, good. Okay, fine. Now the ninth one, you are discussing your term paper with your professor. She gives you an interesting idea about how you might interpret some of the material you have been studying, since the discussion was informal and does not pertain to an area in which your professor intends to publish. You incorporate her suggestions, okay, without attribution. So let me make it fast, because whether it is plagiarism or not, it is important to recognize the intellectual work of others. Okay, so your professor's idea should be acknowledged. So your professor discussed that in the class, it is your duty to tell that in your paper. Okay, so only then it will not be a plagiarized one. So question 10, you find a very interesting quote from Gregor. Okay, so let me skip also, you need to quote it, right? So all these are issues which is related to the plagiarism. Okay, now my dear participant, I may take a little more minutes, because kindly bear with me. I want to give you full information about plagiarism. Okay, because many more things to be discussed. Okay, yeah, and I'll take another 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, 30 to 40 minutes. Right. So a very important aspect comes now. So summarizing, paraphrasing, and coding. How should we write? Okay, how should we write our research report without plagiarizing? Okay, without plagiarizing. So that is the main idea of this particular session. Now, you should be knowing summarizing, paraphrasing, and quoting. Okay, so as quick as possible, I will make a run over it. Okay, so what is summarizing? So summarizing means it is a reference from the original source. It is a reference from the original source. The text will be shorter. The text will be shorter from the original text, and it should be in your own words. So that we call it as summarizing, because this we will be doing it now. Okay, I will be doing it as an exercise. So I'm just going to give you the meaning. So now, what is paraphrasing? So paraphrasing is again a reference from the original source. The text which you are going to produce may be shorter or longer. Okay, can be a shorter or longer, but you should use your own words. So that we call it as paraphrasing. And the next one is quoting. Okay, so what is quoting? Okay, so quoting is reference the original source again. Yeah, I'll be sharing the PPT as well. Okay, so what is the original source? The text produced is the exact length of the original text. Okay, so whatever text you're going to quote, it should be the exact words from the text. Okay, so dear participants, I will take another 30 to 40 minutes, so don't be in a hurry. So the very important point is now. Okay, the objective of the program is only now begins. Okay, so just be seated, don't be asking for feedback forms. Okay, so I will take another 30 to 40 minutes. Right, fine. So this is quoting. So now, how you will be writing it? So I will give you a demo now. I will give a demo now. I thought of putting it as a work now, but since we have almost running, see, I will take this particular paragraph, which I have already shared it as a PDF file. Just take it, and you can see here. This is the original passage. Okay, this is the original passage. How we are going to cite it in the beginning or at the end, okay, as per the need. Okay, so we will see. So to be a human, this is the paragraph. To be human is to weep. The human species is the only one in the world. So all this. Now this paragraph we are going to cite it without plagiarizing. Okay, without plagiarizing. So how to do that? Okay, how to do that? Right. So there are some exercises where you can take. So how to cite it in the beginning? So that's the paragraph. You just grasp. You need to grasp it. You need to grasp it, and you need to cite. If you are going to paraphrase it, okay. If you are going to paraphrase it, there are similar ways. There are, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8 methods. 8 methods of citing that particular source. Okay. So first one is citing it in the beginning. So you have read that paragraph. Now you may cite it in the beginning. You may quote it, cite and quote and cite it at the end. Okay, if there are 2 or more authors, how you will be citing it, and there is citation in the title and citation at the reference list. Okay, so let me give you an example of how you are going to cite it in the beginning. Okay, now you can see here. I don't want to put it as a work now. I will straight away explain you. See, this is a paragraph. This is the actual paragraph. So this paragraph is from a book, okay, which is written by participant. Just look at this author's name. It is Ashley Montego, author. Is the author, and it is taken from the book The American Way of Life. The American Way of Life, and from the page 248. Okay, in the page 248. So how I am going to cite it in the beginning of a paragraph? So in the beginning of the paragraph. Okay. So if you are not citing it properly, again it will become a plagiarized one. Okay, it will become plagiarized. See here, Montego. See, this is the author name, Montego, and then 2000 is a year. Okay, year, and then the idea, and then the idea. Okay, and then the idea of that particular paragraph. So this is called citing in the beginning. Okay, citing in the beginning of a paragraph. Okay, citing in the beginning of a paragraph. So this is one form of writing your paraphrase. Okay, paraphrasing. Okay, it's not like that copying and pasting it. Okay, it is not like copying and pasting it. So once again, I'll repeat it. This is the source. This is the source. So this is Ashley Montagu, the author. Page is 248. Book is American Way of Life. Okay. So this is the way of writing. If you are not doing it, then this is improper citation, which will end up in plagiarized one. Okay, right. So this is first one. Now second type, quoting that particular paragraph. Okay. So second type of citation. Okay. Citation. So in his book, The American Way of Life. Now here you can see Ashley Montagu, right? Now quotation starts. Okay, quotation starts here and ends here, and the page number is here. Okay, page number is here, right? So in his book is here. I am writing it. See very clearly. I'm writing it. So I'm going to quote that particular paragraph. So first one is I am citing it in the beginning, and the next one is I am quoting that particular paragraph. Okay. So in his book, The American Way of Life. See, this is italicized. Okay, Ashley Montagu is now again capital. So Ashley, see in this side you can see only Montagu is here, but and this one second in quoting you can see I have taken Ashley Montagu. Okay, Ashley Montagu. Okay, so this one is different and this one is different. So American Way of Life writes a train. Okay, so Ashley Montagu, you can see the author name is correct. So now here quotation starts and quotation ends here. Okay, so page number is here. So this is second method of citing. These are called in-text citations. Okay, so this is first method, in-text citation, citing in the beginning, and this is in-text citation, quoting that particular one. Now third one is in-text citing and quoting. Okay, cite and quote. Okay, cite and quote. So according to Montagu, 2000, you are going to quote it. And here you can see page number is here. So this is called cite and quote. They call cite. So I am citing it and as well as quoting it. Okay, so this is another way of doing it. So these are all the methods of writing your paper. If you are not following all these things, and then it will tell that you are plagiarized one. Okay, your article is plagiarized. And there is another one. So quote and cite. So quote and see, I'm starting the paragraph itself. Starting the paragraph with a quotation, and writes Montagu. Okay, Montagu, author name and the year of publication. And the idea is here.
My classmate.
And again, page
Or
number is here.
that day,
Okay, page number is here.
of representative.
So this is quote and
It
cite.
helped me to elected class representative. So
Sir, yeah,
she elected me. Okay, she elected
Is she a female?
disturbance.
yeah, elected me.
Yeah. He is using
Can you
Wow.
I request.
I don't get it.
participant
Let him.
mute? I'm not able. Yeah. Now it's okay. Okay, now this is quote and
Explain what is the proper meaning of female.
cite at the
I won't explain. I don't know very well. You explain.
host kindly
Wow,
check who
look.
is disturbing her. Okay. Yes. Okay, fine. Yeah. So now this one is cite at the end. Okay, this is cite at the end. So you can see there is a source and this is the idea. And you can see this is the quotation and citing at the end becomes see Montagu, year of publication and the page number. This is citing at the end. Okay, at the end of the paragraph. I mean, citing at the end of the paragraph. Okay, so all these are okay. We are Divya, are we supposed to add feedback? Yeah. I will answer this Adi Mitran and Vijaya. Yeah, page number. Yeah, I will tell you. So this is Montagu 2000 P248. So this is citing at the end, right? And if there are two authors, one author name is Ashley Montagu, Another one is, say, for example, Boy Montague. Okay, Boy Montague. So cite same surname, cite same surname. So A dot Montague 2000 and B dot Montague 2000. Okay, B dot Montague 2000. So this is the writing of the second, the writing of the second. Okay, now citation in the heading. So where the heading goes, right? Say the heading goes, the top of the head. Say for example, title of the article, and then your name will be coming, right? Your name will be coming. Say for example, my name is Kishore, right? K Kishore. Okay, my name is K Kishore. See how I'm going to write a Kishore Plotungan, and you need to attach your institute name as well. Okay, attach your institute name as Kishore Bello. Okay, say for example you are from QIS engineering college. Okay, so like for example Dr. Raghav or Dr. Hanuma Reddy, and again your institute name should be there. Okay, institute name should be there. So if your name is not there, okay, it is not written, then that is improper citation. Okay, imagine that I'm going to write only Kishore here. Okay, Kishore.k, then that is improper citation in heading. Okay, fine. And the next one is at the reference list. I think everybody are very comfortable at the reference or bibliography section. Okay, participant, kindly mute your audio. Okay, this is citations at a reference list. So this everybody knows. Okay, this everybody knows. So you can see at the bibliography or the reference list. So everybody are well versed with this particular issue. So I'm not going to touch this particular point. So this is how you need to cite it. If you're not citing in the above said methods, then automatically you will end up in plagiarized. Okay. Now let me brief you about what is MLA and APA style. Because citation styles are there. Okay. So as far as we are concerned, as far as our humanities is concerned, okay, we need to look at some the major two types, MLA, AP, and you also have Chicago style as well. Okay. Yeah, I will be addressing all your doubts. Yeah,
Sir, enable your audio. I think Hanmareddy muted all. Kindly enable your audio.
Yes. Now audible, sir? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So citation styles now. Now you can see. I'll just brief about it. I want to talk again more about this plagiarism work. Okay, how to write it. Now, the researchers, you should be researchers and other faculty, those are involved in projects, researchers, you should be very well be familiar with these particular styles. MLA, APA, we'll discuss these two, but there are other part which is familiar, Chicago as well, right? Now, modern language association style is used in humanities and related area, for example, literature studies, for example, English, Tamil, or any subject, any discipline which is related to literature, then you may use MLA style of citing your research works. Okay, and the main focus of MLA is on authorship. Okay, they give more importance on authors. Say for example in English, and again and again Shakespeare will come into focus. Okay, John Smith will come into focus. Okay, so authors, so the main focus is on author. So imagine that you are going to write an article, you have to decide first whether you are going to use MLA or if you are going to use PA. So that depends. Okay, that choosing depends upon your topic. Okay, upon your topic. I'll come back to APA now. So let me finish this MLA first. So the next, the formatting style in MLA is very easy. Okay, very easy to present. Okay, very easy to present. Okay. So it is very what we call it is very useful in MLA style to presentation purpose, for a presentation purpose. And again, it is often viewed as the most easier way of citing their methods for students. Okay, for students this method is very easy, and of course it is very commonly used to style that MLA style. Okay, so this is best fit. Okay, so this MLA style is best fit for literature studies. Okay, literature studies. Now, any study, any study which is related to behavior. Okay, so like for example psychology, American Psychological Association, a market study, a market behavior, a behavior of a market. Okay, linear study or trend studies. So for all these purpose we need to use APA style. So basically, if a researcher fails in choosing the right method of choosing a right style of writing his thesis, then ultimately or basically he is gone. Okay, he is gone. Okay, out of focus. He is out of focus. If he sends a paper, if he submits it, then automatically your paper will get rejected because you have not followed the basic principles of the research writing. Okay. Apart from this, there are journals which they ask you to submit it in their own styles. Okay. So that is different scenario. I'll come back to that particular style. Okay. I'll during my interaction side, session, I will explain you that particular part. Okay. So this issue, choosing MLA or APA, it decides. Okay, it is not related to a supervisor. It is not related to a university. Okay, okay, it is purely on research based and the study based. If it is literature, then you need to choose MLA. If it is psychology, if it is a behavior study, you need to study. You need to choose a APA style. Okay, right. So what is APA? It is American Psychological Association style. Okay, so it is best fit. It is best fit for social sciences, and example I have given there: psychology, sociology, and linguistic. Okay, and again here in APA style, the focus is on date of publication. Okay, see so whatever, I think you are all familiar. I think you are all familiar with your the articles, right? Article. You can see all articles or the majority of articles in our area, that humanities area, will be following this. That means the date of publication. The importance is given to the date of publication. Okay, the year of publication. Okay, so it is not like ascending order or descending order. It should run on the concept of the paper flow. Okay, the concept of paper flow. So some supervisors may misguide you. So some research scholars may be ignorant. So those who don't know about research, they may misguide you that put it in ascending order or chronological or descending order or similar like that. It is not that way that you need to write your research report. Okay, you need to write a research report based on the flow of your paper. Okay, based on the flow of your paper. Now, what is that flow? Okay, so what is the flow? Okay, that flow is different actually. So when you start writing a paper, actually there is a flow. So based on the flow, you have to give citations. Okay, irrespective whether the citation is from 1942 or 1800 or 2018 or 2020, or that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. So your research article should flow. Okay, it's article. The citation should flow based on the research paper or the thesis. Okay, and the format is designed for comparison of research and determining relevance. So APA is mainly used to compare literatures. So earlier studies and your present studies. Okay, often thought more difficult. This is little bit difficult for students, but this is the appropriate style for social studies. Okay, right. So this is which is related to MLA and APA styles. Now the next part. Just give you, I'm going to give you one example of the basics of MLA and APA citation. So MLA, see the name, work style, publication, city and year, publisher, and here you can see name, publication, year, work title, publication, city, publisher as well. Okay, so it matters. So just don't want to go into this. Okay, right. So this is comparing citation. I'll be sharing this slide. You can make use of this. So this is writing. Okay, fine. Now, these are some examples of MLA and APA. So, how to paraphrase quote and quote. Now, we'll just look into this particular aspect. So how not to how to write a paraphrasing so that you not end up in paraphrasing or plagiarizing. Okay, so I'll let us see. There's four paraphrasing, right? So I have given it in your handouts, so you can just take it and just look at it, or you can look at the screen now. You can see after adding the solution, the mixture in the test tube. So this is a paragraph. So how we are going to paraphrase it? Okay, how we are going to paraphrase? I'll just give you some inline. Okay, I'll just give you some highlights, and I'll just give you the importance of this particular paraphrasing. Okay, you can see. So that is the paragraph, and how we are going to paraphrase it. You can see that paragraph. Okay, is too subjective. It is too subjective. That is like a bright scarlet red and inaccurate. Left it for a while, so it also mixes results. So the particular I have given you the comment. Okay, I have given you the comment. Okay, instead of simply describing the procedure, the overall style is too personal. See, the overall style is too personal. Okay, so as opposed to the brain. So how to write it? So avoid all these things. Okay, avoid too subjective matters. All that, right? So better version is this one. After adding the solution, the test tube was inverted and shaken 3 times. It was then left in the test tube stand for 10 minutes for the reaction to occur. Okay, the color of the mixture was then compared to the scale and in the book. Okay, so straight away to the point. Straight away to the point. Okay, it is not like increasing the paragraph. Okay, so straight away to the point. So this is how to write a particular paragraph. So first understand the paragraph. First understand the character of that particular paragraph and rephrase it and put it. Okay, so this is one example. And this is second example. You can see here. The results of the aforementioned experiment were collated in a systemized manner with all due care and attention. When the result had been collected and processed with that appropriate, so this is the paragraph. This is the paragraph. Okay, so I have already shared this particular. So how to write it? That alone we'll be checking it. Okay, so this style is overly complex and wordy, like you can see aforementioned and systemized. So it manages to say very little and could be condensed to a single sentence, saving empty words. Okay, so like this is a suggestion. So the better example is how to paraphrase it. So the results were collated, processed, and then analyzed using the appropriate statistical program. That's it. So that paragraph can be rewritten like this. Okay, the better it should be rewritten like this. So that is the way. And the third example is the questionnaire will be carried out in the pubic space. So you can see here, it's a spelling mistake which is purposely done next to the town hall where local residents can be found in stop. So this is the paragraph, and I'm going to describe what the paragraph means here. You can see this extract, okay, has not been proofread carefully, as shown by you see the spelling mistake pubic, where in the spelling mistake. So this is a poor way of submitting a research paper. Okay, so again it will be rejected. So the better version is here. So the questionnaire will be carried out in the public space. Okay, so this is the other one. So group 4, and this is a feasibility study of the proposed extension. So this is the other alternative. So better, this is extract. It includes a lot of unnecessary detail. Okay, so unnecessary detail is there, which you need to delete it when you're going to write it in write a paraphrasing paragraph. Okay, so avoid those kind of unnecessary details in your research paper. Okay, fine. Now let me take into the techniques of paraphrasing. So the very important point is here. Okay, and how it is. So techniques of paraphrasing is very. So what is paraphrasing? Paraphrasing means changing the wording of a text so that it is significantly different from the original source. Okay, source without changing the meaning. Okay, without changing the meaning. So paraphrasing without changing the meaning, you need to rewrite it. Okay, so it is a skill actually. So effective paraphrasing is a key academic skill needed to avoid the risk of plagiarism. Okay, so it is accepted to do this do that, you need to paraphrase it in an effective way that it is not taken as a plagiarized one. So effective paraphrasing is needed. So it demonstrates your understanding of a particular source. So a researcher or a faculty or a person who is going to supervise your scholars, you have to be very clear that you need to get that quality, that you need to read it properly and grasp the character of that particular paragraph, the meaning of that particular paragraph, and then you need to write it. Okay, now there are techniques now how to do that. So the first technique is here. Okay, first technique is here. So imagine that there is a paragraph, how you are going to rewrite it. The first technique is A. Okay, the changing vocabulary by using synonyms. Okay, changing vocabulary by using synonyms. Okay, right. So argues can be rewritten as claims. 18th century can be rewritten as 1700. Okay, wages can be rewritten as labor cost. Okay, economize can be rewritten as savings. So the first thing what you need to do is, first you need to choose to change the synonyms of the particular paragraph, okay, of the particular words. Okay, you need to choose. Say for example, there is a paragraph where there are 40 words or 50 words are there. So you need to choose. First is you need to attempt to change the vocabulary, okay, by using other synonyms. Okay, so argues, claims, 18th century can be written 1700, wages can be written labor cost, economize can be changed savings. Okay, right. So the problem here is, do not attempt to paraphrase every word. So every word you need not rewrite it, you not change it, because ultimately it will be a disaster. Okay, so make sure that you don't do that. You do only this particular point. Okay, fine. So this is first technique. So changing vocabulary by using synonyms. Next one is changing word class. Okay, changing word class. So what is a word class? So explanation, okay, is a noun. Now it can be changed to verb. Okay, it can be changed as a verb. So explain. So explanation can be rewritten as explain. Listen, share, give some light on endnote and footnotes. Ligo, yeah, I'll be doing that. Yeah, I'll take your questions. So now mechanical is an adjective, and you can change it to a verb, like mechanize. Okay, profitable is an adjective, you can make it as a noun, profitability. So the first one is changing the vocabulary by taking the synonyms. Okay, by taking the synonyms. Now second one is changing the word class. Okay, changing the word class. So when changing the word class as explanation, noun as a verb. Okay, so this is second technique. And the third one is techniques. Okay, techniques and the changing word order. Okay, the third one is changing the word order, right? You can see the best explanation for the British location of the Industrial Revolution is found by studying demand factors. So this particular words, okay, there are words which can be changing. See, focus. You can see here, British location is here, and I changed it into UK origin. See, Industrial Revolution is in the middle of that particular paragraph. I am taking it to the end of the paragraph. Okay, end of the sentence. Okay, focus on demand may help explain. So explain has now become explanation, right? So this is third. So by changing the order, okay, by changing the word order, right? And so these are the techniques of paraphrasing. And the next one is, so these three, first one is changing the synonym, second one is changing the word class, and changing the word order, right? Now, given one example, a paragraph is a group of sentences that deal with a single topic. The length of varies automatically. So here, when you come to paraphrasing it, normally, but not always, the first sentence introduces the topic. Other sentence may give definitions, examples, information, reasons, etc. Okay, right. So I am coming back to the last one. These are the references which have been done. Okay, so I'll just finish it by summarizing this particular technique. First one is changing vocabulary. Second one is changing the word class, and third one is changing the word order. Okay, yeah. I will now I hand over the session to the participants. You can ask me if you have any doubts. Okay, and let me take some chat questions. Yeah, I'll stop sharing. Endnotes and footnotes. Yeah, you can see endnotes is different. Okay, endnotes is different and footnotes is different. Footnotes you can use it to describe about an author. Say for example, in the title, if or you can type it, you can use it for new words. Okay, new words. For example, a park. Okay, park. If you want to use it in Telugu or in Tamil we call it as a punga. In Tamil we call it as a punga. Okay, it is a Tamil word for park. See, sometimes the researcher want to mention the actual word which is used in the local language. So in the research paper they will use punga itself. Okay, but to that particular punga, that particular word, you make a footnote. Okay, one footnote immediately under the in the under the okay page. Okay, punga means it is a Tamil word which means park in English. So for that particular sake, in our social science in APS style and MLA style, you can go for footnotes. Okay, now end note is similarly similar like referencing. Okay, you can number that is usually used for computer science and IEEE. That models, that model of citation, they use numbers, and finally they will put it as a end note. And if I cite the source, can I still be accused of a plagiarism? Yeah, you can cite the source. See, actually, when you copy and paste, okay, if you copy and paste a source, including a citation, it is plagiarized one. Okay, say for example, Kishore in bracket 2000, I have some paragraph. Okay, so if you copy telling that Kishore 2000, it is sourced, and you put it in your paper, in your research paper, still it is plagiarism because you have not rewritten it. Okay, you have not rewritten it. Okay, it means ultimately 100% it is plagiarism because whatever I have mentioned it, you have copied and you have pasted. So your thing is, as I showed in the last slides, no, synonyms you need to change. You need to change the word class and the word order. Okay, so rewrite. So that is the main reason of this particular session. Okay, so rewriting. So improper citation, and also this is this way of writing is 100% plagiarism. And thank you for the organizers and information. Good, excellent presentation. Thank you. Organizing committee, please be stick on time. Okay, excellent. Please share the feedback form. Okay, and any other questions you can post it. And it is 200 now in YouTube. Yeah, please share the PPT. Yeah, I will share it. I'll share it to the organizer. You can get it through email.
Sir, Kishore, sir,
Yes, sir.
please inform the people also. We will post a feedback link.
Yeah. Yeah,
They
then
can-
YouTube. No, I'll post it. Link is.
Sir Kishore sir, is there any other questions to be answered?
No, in YouTube, sir. It's, no, if a participant want to
Okay,
raise
sir.
question, they can raise now.
Right. Sir, now I request our faculty vote of thanks. Girisri madam. Girija madam.
There is one question. Shall I answer that question, sir?
You proceed, sir.
Carry on, sir. Carry on.
Yeah, there is one participant asking whether to use plagiarism softwares. Okay, in the website there are free softwares. Okay, so there are many plagiarism websites available. Can these be used? And no, my answer is no. Don't test in any of the websites apart from your institute's plagiarism database. Okay, because usually scholars do this particular mistake. They go and test it outside by paying some money, and unfortunately they end up with the university telling that the university will give you a report that it is 100% plagiarized because it is already tested somewhere else where there is no control. Okay, sometimes we test it in free softwares. Okay, if you test like that, automatically what it will be done means it will go into their database, which you won't be able to erase it. Okay, so your research is now in other person's database. So ultimately when you check it, it will show that it is plagiarized one. So don't do that, and unless and until your university is asking you to do that. Okay, so always be safe, never test it outside. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I request Girija madam to propose. Girija madam, are you able to hear me? So I think some technical problem. Hello.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So I think she is not able to reach, sir. Okay, no problem, sir. Sir, thank you very much for accepting our invitation, sir, and for taking this very useful session, because you have covered almost all areas which are required for the research scholars as well as for the faculty who would like to more to involve in the research and activities. So thank you, sir. And I'm very much thankful to our management members, President Sri Nirmal Nageshwara Garu, and Secretary and Correspondent Sri Kalyan Chakravarti Garu for allowing us to conduct this kind of workshop. And then it's my pleasure to thank our respected principal, Dr. Venkatrao Garu, so, who has been encouraging us to go for this kind of program, even though there are some technical problems, but it was very useful because I've been going through the chat box. Many people are giving very good comments. Anyhow, next time we can cover it. And moreover, I would like to say it's a teamwork. Organizing this online FDP is not that much easy. So all my colleagues, and especially Harma Reddy, who is the backbone of this session, because technically and many aspects he was very much helpful. And I'm thankful to all the participants for their cooperation. And definitely any problems or any technical issues, definitely we will rectify it. And once again, I'm very much thankful to you, sir, Kishore sir. Thank you very much. So really, it's a very hands-on for all the participants. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.
Sir.
Right, sir. Thank you. And all the participants kindly fill the feedback form and submit, so that you can receive your e-certificate. Facebook, as well as even in also, I request all the participants to kindly submit. Thank you very much. Hamad sir. Anything else?